Hello everyone, BentlyK here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. We are going to be doing an updated version of my DIY lash extensions. I'm also going to be showing you how to lift your eyes if they're droopy like mine, where they kind of go down on the outside. We're going to try and help them look like they go up. I mean, not that much, but you know what I mean. Anyways, that's what we're going to do. And so I hope you guys are ready for this. I hope you guys have subscribed. If you haven't, you should do that. And let's get started. We're going to start off with our eyeliner. So I am going to push line my eyes, and then I am going to add some, this is the Maybelline Tattoo Gel Pencil Liner. I'm going to add a little bit to the outside, and then I'm going to smudge it all up with this flat brush right here. So here we go. And to push line, you put your little finger in the center of your eye and you kind of push upward so that this lash curls kind of around your finger, and then you're going to draw down between your lashes, trying not to get too much in the waterline. You want to stay between your lashes, and you can go above it a little since we're going to smudge it. But that's the plan, to not get it in the waterline. I don't like it in my waterline because then it transfers to the bottom, and I don't like it in the bottom of my waterline. You might like it, but to me it seems like when I have it in my waterline, it tends to close up my eye a bit. And I don't want anything that's gonna draw attention to my under eyes. I want to keep everything moving in an upward motion. So, and we're going to do one eye at a time because this stuff does set. I mean, you have time. Oh, I forgot to do the outside, didn't I? So now I'm just going to add a little bit to the outer, like third. Not too much, and it doesn't matter if it's a nice straight line because we're gonna smear it around. I usually start from the center while my brush doesn't have too much on it, and I just wiggle it back and forth so that it covers all the skin between the lashes, because I don't want any skin showing. And then I go all the way across, and then I kind of take a little off and I start pulling it up. And out. And can always go in and add more to make it darker, because you want this outer corner to go up pretty high, to give the illusion that it's not going down. And then you just keep smudging it till you get it all pretty evened out, but don't go too far, you won't have any left. See, it got all over the bottom anyways, but that's okay. That's what Q-tips are for, right? So I just grab a Q-tip and clean it up a little, and make sure that if it transferred, then you got some on your waterline, you need to go back and try and clean that up, or it's just gonna transfer right back down. I almost always get some transfer in the inner corner, just because it's hard not to get the waterline there, because that's all there is waterline there. So that's it. I just clean it up and match the other eye. And the key to the cleanup is getting it quick before it sets. Then it cleans up pretty easy. But if you wait too long, you're stuck with it. Which it's a good thing that it's a thing, right? To have black underneath too. So it's really no big deal if you don't get it. fast enough, you'll still be styling. All right, moving on. Now we're going to put on a little bit of mascara before we start our lashes. So we're gonna do a little mascara. I've got this handy dandy heated curling, which really doesn't do anything because they're so short right now. They are so short. Okay. So I'm just gonna show you this while the curling iron, the eyelash curler heats up. This is what we're going to be using. We're going to be using Double Wispies from Ardell. The reason I like the Ardell lashes is because they have a lot of curl, and we're going to be putting them on underneath. So you want them to be longer and have a lot of curl. Otherwise, with mine, if I don't have the Ardell ones with the curl, then they don't even show up. They just go straight out. So it's defeating the purpose, and it's as much as I like them, it's too much work if you can't see them. So anyway, that's what we're going to be using, the Ardell Double Wispies. And what you need to do is, I like using a pair of regular tweezers for this. I have the, you know, these ones, the eyelash ones, but for this, I find this one works way better. And this is just an old Revlon one that it doesn't, you know, match up as well anymore, so I only use it for eyelashes because I don't mind if it's not perfect. Anyways, you want to take your lashes off of here. But you want to be careful, and you always start from the outside because we're going to be cutting some of those off, so if you mess them up, it's no big deal because they're the ones you were going to cut off anyways. So you're going to take it off like that, and then you're going to make it curl the right way again. And then one of the most important things you need to do is go back in. Well, first you need to trim them, and I've measured mine enough to know that I need to take off 4 pieces. So I'm going to put on some glasses so that I can actually see the 4 pieces. So first you want to cut it, and I'm going to cut off, they come in like little clumps of 3 and then a single one, and well, I thought they did. That's what they did on the Wispies. Anyway, I'm going to cut off the clump of 3 and the single and another clump of 3. But you should measure them to see how long you want them. I just already know that because I've done this so very many times. So then I'm going to throw that away. Well, I'm going to leave it right there just to make sure I get the same amount cut off the next one. And then I'm going to throw that away. And then now I'm going to go in with my tweezers and I'm going to pull off this glue that held it to the packaging, because that's going to be on the inside, which will be on the bottom, which will make them definitely stick to your tweezers and maybe to your bottom lashes. You just really need to get this glue off. And I just pull it off with tweezers. It comes off pretty easy and, you know, little clumps. But make sure you get it all off. Okay, the curling iron is ready. So, and I've cut these. I wanted to show you guys how I cut them. Let's see if I can get there. So I cut, see the little pieces on the end? I only cut them in 2 pieces because you need this one to be able to make it go up, because you don't want it to go straight out like they will if you don't cut them that way. You want them to be so that they give you a little bit of, you know, you'll see when we do it. Anyways, we're going to curl my lashes real quick. And then I'm going to be using my Tight Line mascara because I'm basically just wanting to change the color because my lashes are not black. So I want to make them black so that they blend in with the lash extensions. So I'm just going to put a quick coat of this on my lashes. And like I said, I'm not really trying to get length or volume, and I certainly don't want clumps. I just want to turn them black, which is why I like this mascara, because this is the perfect mascara to wear like under false lashes. And on your bottom line, it's got this tiny little wand. It's like just a little screw end. So it works great. And I have plenty of other mascaras. If you want to know, my favorite mascara is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lash. But that is when I use my serum and I have great looking lashes. That's the one I like the best. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on these lashes on one set. I'm going to do this eye first. Well, maybe I'll do this eye first so that you guys can see it better. So, anyway, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. There, that's pretty good. Now, if I can just stay in camera. To do this eye, I'm going to take the small piece first. I'm going to do the outside piece first. And I have already picked up all that glue. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue, and this is the Super Stronghold Eyelash Adhesive in black from I Envy. I got it on Amazon. I will link it below. And I got a pack of 3 of them. I don't know if you can get single ones or not, but I knew I liked it, and so I actually gave one to my daughter, and then I had 2, and I think I'm still on the first one though. Anyways, I will show you how I put the glue on. So it's going to be hard for me to show you, but I'm going to, basically you're going to put it on top, and I put it, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because it's probably not going to, well, I'll just go like this. So I'm going to put it on the top, but I'm going to put it not just on the band, I'm going to put it on part of the lash too, so that it sticks really well. And then I'll show it to you so you can see how much glue I put on it. But always keep in mind, however much you put on, that's how much you're going to have to pick off, because I reuse my lashes a lot. So can you see how much glue is on there? Quite a bit. So now I'm going to put this one down and let it get tacky while I put the glue on the other half of the lash. And I'm not going to hold it up to do it because it's hard. And you guys, it'll have the same amount on it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to try and curl it better, because you want it to be curled so that it's just easier to put on that way when it's nice and curled. Put the glue on. I usually hold it with my little finger, between my fingers, and then I grab this and do it like this. Whoa. But I dropped it. Just like this. Which I'm sure you can't see, but one of us has to be able to see. And since I'm the one that's wearing them, I get to be the one to see. Put this one down so that it can set. Make sure I have no glue on my tweezers. Take off the glasses and grab the small piece. I'm going to move this over here so I don't stick my elbow on it. I have been known to do that. So I'm going to grab the small piece that's already been sitting there. So I like to lift, I don't know if you guys can see very well, but I like to lift the eye so that I can get like really up underneath it. And then I like to angle this so that I can place it exactly how I want it. And I don't put it all the way to the corner because then it will be droopy. So I'm going to put it in a little ways right on the lash line, like that. And then I'm just going to push it up on there and then pinch it together after it's sat there for just a sec. And if you can see, it's pretty much on the lash line, but it has an angle to it. So then you can just let it sit there for a minute and then go back in and try not to get your tweezers stuck. That's why these tweezers are better, because I find that they don't get stuck as easy. The other day when I did it the first time, I hadn't done it in a long time, and I used those other ones. Yeah, I had to take it off like 3 times because they kept getting stuck to the tweezers. Okay, now you just grab the other one. This is my hard eye to do too. That's why I always show you guys this one, because I'm left-handed. But we're gonna try this one. Now this one is a much bigger lash. So basically I try to overlap just a little bit and place the center first. And then just go straight across and then push it up. Did you guys see that? Push it up onto where you want it. Now this one seems like it's a little too low right there, so I'm going to pull that up with my tweezer. And voila! Just as good as the salon, I think. And that you get that extra bit. I got some glue on this lash that I want to get off. There. Perfect. And then you can just play with them. Just don't play with them too much when you first put them on, because it takes the glue a little bit to really set in. And you want it to set perfectly, especially on the edges, on the corners, the inner and outer corners. Ouch. But that's why I put extra glue up the lash, is so that it can actually have a good thing to hold on, not just that band. But I think they look great myself, just me. So that is how you do it. I'm going to put the other lash on real quick, and then I'll come back and tell you how I take care of them and keep them on, because sometimes they do come off, but they're only 4 pieces. So if you know one comes off, you just put it back on. Okay, this is what it looks like with both of them on. I think they look amazing. I just wanted you guys to see them. Now I'm going to zoom you out a little. Okay, so to take care of them, like I never put mascara on them. I put mascara on my eyelashes before I put them on, and then because I like to reuse the same lashes over and over again, when I take them off, and to take them off, well, first let me tell you, when you take a shower, I never ever wash my face in the shower. I never do. I wash my face at in the sink in the morning and at night, and I use a konjac sponge, and I just, when I take my makeup off, I take one of these guys, only I don't use these ones. I use regular cheapo ones, and they have one side that's real cottony and the other side is kind of a smoother side. It doesn't have as much cotton. I use the smoother side because I don't want all those little pieces of fuzz getting stuck in my lashes. And I just put some makeup remover, and my favorite one is the Neutrogena oil-free. Neutrogena? I think that's what it is. I don't have one up here. It's purple. Anyways, I put a little of that on a cotton pad on the not cottony side, and then I put it around my finger, and then I go across, not touching my eyeliner. Like if I put eyeliner on, which I usually don't, I usually just put the gel pencil so that I don't have to deal with having a harsh line to try and get off without taking the glue off. So I put that on there, and I just wipe that off and then get it all up here. Then I take I use that Shea Moisture Coconut Cream, and that's what I use to take off all my makeup. I just put it over, and then I use a Miracle Cloth to wipe that off. Then I take my konjac sponge and use my regular soap that I use, that I make at home, and use that all over my face. And then when I go to rinse, I just rinse this part, and then I just go like this, and then dry it, and that's it. So you don't really want to get them wet. If you get them wet, don't touch them. When I take a shower and wash my hair, I never wash my face in the shower, so when I wash my hair, I try to keep them, keep my head back, but of course I always get them wet. But the key is don't touch them. If you have to dry, if you get so much water on them that you can't open your eyes, because that's what happens when you have lashes on, extensions, and you get too much water on them, then they just, I don't know, they puddle up or something, but it's terrible. But anyways, if you do get that, you just put a towel, close your eyes, put a towel over it till it absorbs it, and then take it away. Don't rub it, don't move it, and don't touch them again. And they should be fine. And if you're not washing your hair, you shouldn't have too much problem keeping them dry. But like I said, if they ever get wet for whatever reason, just don't touch them. Don't mess with them, and you'll be fine. And if they do get loose and come off, then just put them back on. Take the glue off them, and then put them back on. Because you can do, like if just the outside comes off, just put it on top instead of on the bottom. It doesn't matter. I just do it that way because I like to get that angle, and I feel like I can do it better if I put them on first. But you probably could do it the other way too. So that's how I take care of them. And then when I do take them off, I do use, if you do use liner, like a liquid liner, take a Q-tip and get your oil-free makeup remover. I don't know what's wrong. My brain's checking out. Get your oil-free makeup remover and squeeze it all out so it's not going to drip or anything. It's going to be just barely wet. And then just run it across the top, because remember, your lashes are glued on the bottom. But if it soaks down, if you have too much in there and it soaks down onto that glue, they're going to come off. So you can do that. I've done that, and they stayed on just fine. But when you get ready to take them off, basically you do the same thing, except what I do is I don't do it, I still do a Q-tip, I still run it across, but I have it a little bit wetter so it can sink down in there. And then as soon as they're loose, I just slowly peel them from the inside to the outside. And I just watch it so that the glue stretches, but it doesn't pull. If it's too tight, if you ever get to one point that isn't giving, then put some more stuff on it. But if you put too much remover on, the lashes will be ruined. And you'll just have to put on a new pair, which is no big deal because they're really, really cheap. Especially if you don't use double, you use regular wispies, which is what I was using. But I like the doubles better because, well, they're more. More is more, right? Anyway, so that's how you get them off. And then you just pick the glue off of them and put them back. Always put them back on here so that they hold their shape. And that, I think, is all there is to know. Because, yeah, if you get, if you end up getting makeup remover on them, and you take them off and you pick the glue off, then just make sure you let them completely dry, and then you'll be able to put them right back on. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah! We wish you